He distinguished himself and distinguished the work of the committee through his service as subcommittee chair.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Thank you for your leadership on this committee, for your help with this legislation, and for that of Mr. Cummings. It's been a great working relationship we've had on the subcommittee. I'd also like to thank Mr. Micah, Mr. Young, and Mr. Coble for their help and interest on this particular legislation. H.R. 3376, the United States Mariner and Vessel Protection Act of '09, makes an important amendment to U.S. law to reinforce the traditional right of self-defense for mariners operating aboard U.S. vessels. Over the past year, there have been a significant increase in the rate of piracy in the Gulf of Aden and off the coast of Somalia. The U.S. flagged vessels, the Maersk Alabama and the Liberty Sun, were attacked, but due to the heroics of the crews and the U.S. Navy, no American lives were lost. In order to prevent future attacks, vessels operating at a higher security posture and many operators are examining the use of armed security teams on board. In hearings before the subcommittee on Coast Guard and Maritime Transportation, representatives from all segments of the maritime community shared concerns that while the provisions of armed personnel were necessary to safeguard the vessel's crew and cargo, the arming of the vessel may potentially expose vessel operators and crew to increased liability for actions taken in defense of the ship. Clearly, we do not want to expose U.S. mariners to potential lawsuits for the actions they take to defend themselves and their vessels from pirates. In response, we work closely with Mr. Cummings and others to put together H.R. 3376. Under the bill, mariners who use force and individuals who authorize the use of force to defend a vessel against pirate attack would be shielded from liability for damages or injuries that result from their defensive actions. This is a common-sense approach with legislation that will enhance the capabilities of masters and crews to protect themselves as they carry out their duties. I think this bill represents a good first step that we can all agree to help deter piracy. We will continue to work with the shipping industry, maritime labor, Coast Guard, and other federal agencies on other issues affecting our ability to respond effectively to acts of piracy. Mr. Chairman, I want to especially thank you for including this important bill on the committee schedule today and for your continued work and assistance in improving the legislation.